All I know is that I think I was chasing something, and I found it. Found it on the top of Mount Everest this second time.
You speak to different companies about your experiences, motivation, charity, all of that, right?
Well, whatever their topic happens to be in the corporate world, whether they're dealing with leadership, motivation, teamwork, you name it, taking the Everest experience, the slides and the stories and the video, and really talking about everybody's got a mountain to climb, whether it's personal or professional. What are the strategies, the secrets?
Right, you know what? I would, there's not a lot of speakers I'd go to see you. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Well, hey, here's something for you from the top of the world.
This is what, a rock?
A rock from the summit of
You know
Mount
what? Looks a lot like
the
Bell Globe Media parking lot. That's what I'm thinking.
It's only 40 below. It was a dry cold though, so it wasn't too bad. I'm gonna unzip my Himalayan suit, get down, fleece and polypropylene, wrap that frozen hose around me. Hopefully there's enough inner body heat within me that I'll be able to keep working up a sweat and thaw that thing out. And that's exactly what happened, but I said, you know what? If I don't have that source in 2 hours, I'm going straight back down. An hour and a half later, thankfully that life-giving water. I kept going, and I got to this point here. Picture taken the next day of the balcony, 27,500 feet above sea level. And you can see some tiny little climbers in the lower right-hand corner. I was just to the left of that, and I was looking around. Where is it? Where is it? Where's that bottle of oxygen with my name on it that we put up here the day before? It was gone. Now, either somebody thought their name was Dave, or someone ripped me off. And I think that's exactly what happened. A minute ago, I told you a story about people who risked their lives to save the life of somebody they'd never even met before. But on Everest, we find out other things about people. We find out if they're the kind of people who will steal your oxygen. They might not need it, but you're gonna die either way, and they don't care. It's like success in professional business, maybe at home. It brings out the truth about people. You know, it makes good people better. It seems to make bad people worse. I thought, what am I gonna do now? This wasn't my fault, but I got a big decision to make. I've got 2 bottles of oxygen in my backpack. I turned to my Sherpa friend and I said, now what do I do? And he said, well, you have 2 bottles of oxygen, you need 3. You could make run for it. If you make it, fantastic. If you don't, oh well, you died trying. I don't know if the guy didn't like me a whole lot or what, but I thought, you know what, that's not good enough for me. Then he looked at me seriously and he said, or else your trip is over. I thought, wow, I didn't come this far to stop here. But the truth is I was doing what you do every day. I was assessing a risk. I was calculating it. I was managing it, and I had a huge opportunity. I had to make a decision, and I had to act quickly. And that's what I did. I climbed and climbed and climbed until I got here. The second highest point on Earth. That's not the top. That's the first of 8 false summits before we get to the top of the Mount Everest. There have been people as close as the people who are at the back of this level as you are to the screen. That close. And they've turned around. Have you ever been that close to a dream and backed away? I had done that on previous occasions. I thought, I'm not going to let that happen here. I kept climbing and kept climbing. And almost exactly 2 years to the day, that vision that I had in my head became a reality. And I was so excited. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it was a great moment, and I just started to enjoy the view, and all of a sudden things went out of focus. At the top of Mount Everest, the furthest I would ever be from human help, I ran completely out of bottled oxygen.